Okay, so y'all are watching this, you're probably wondering that last video I posted about 1 minute later and things would have ended differently. Well, I'm going to tell you what happened. I'm going to tell you the whole story here. So, about 4 or something, almost 5 o'clock in the morning, I got called out because the car had crashed. And, of course, they need a tow truck for that. So, I get called out there. I get there. It's nothing crazy. Just a TC, no arrest, none of that stuff. No tickets, none of that stuff, what have you. So, I hook onto the vehicle and I load it up as quickly as I can. Let me move that up here. And I mean as quickly. I didn't even get the keys and put it in neutral. I immediately hooked onto it as soon as I dropped my bed down and started dragging it up. The car's front end was pretty messed up, so, but then again, dragging it, I'm not really going to cause any more damage to it than it is. And all his tires needed to be replaced, so I guess it didn't really matter. So anywho, I dragged this car up. I get it. I put 2 straps on the passenger side of the truck, and the reason I do this when I'm on the freeway is so that I'm not standing on the side of the truck in the lane off the driver's side trying to put straps. No, I'm not going to climb onto the bed and work in a small spot. A semi-truck can easily come up alongside and hit the side of the truck, and even me being on the deck, I'm still going to get messed up. So my usual thing is I'll strap the side that keeps me away from the danger side of the truck, the traffic side, get off the freeway, do the rest of it. At least I can control things in a parking lot, which at this particular exit, there's literally a parking lot. I don't know, I had to drive maybe 20 yards or so to get off the freeway into the parking lot. Probably more than that, but you get my point. I'm just not gonna do it for the safety aspect. I'm not gonna risk my life to put 2 more straps on a vehicle when I can do it somewhere else safely. So I did that, and I talked to the cops. They had the owner of the vehicle in their car. We were gonna get off the freeway, go into a parking lot of a closed down diner right there, and meet up there. And the owner was gonna get his stuff out, and they were gonna give him a ride off. So I get down there. I pull in. I get out the truck, and at this point, okay, I put my other 2 straps that I'm missing. Get a 4-point tie on the vehicle. And I'm sitting there, after I'm done doing that, I'm like, did I go to the other side of the building? Did I miss them? So I walk around the building to the other side, because there's 2 parking lots. There's a big one and a smaller one. I don't see them, so I'm sitting there for 5 or 10 minutes. It's like, you know what? Let me pull up the log, or at least, because this was just a collision, so it was publicly shared information on their website. They don't share enforcement stops, anything like that, but just general traffic issues or things that affect traffic like that, it's public for, just people to see in the media. So I look at it, and all of a sudden I see, wait a minute, they're calling 2 more tow trucks, 1 for a patrol vehicle, 1 for another vehicle, and it's not saying a whole lot. I'm like, all right, you know what? They're not here yet. Let me go down the street, because where we were at was actually the gore point of an on-ramp, and then, you immediately got to the next off-ramp. So I got back on and came back up, and I see, 2, 3 of them sitting there, and then there's another car, so I know they're calling more trucks, so I pull, a little further away, because I'm not there for the other vehicle. I'm not there for any of that stuff. I'm just coming back to meet back up with them to see what's going on, if they need me to hang around or whatnot, because we were supposed to meet up. So I get out the truck and I talk to him, and the guy's like, yeah, sorry. Luckily, you had just left, and another vehicle had lost it on the on-ramp, went off-road for a second, came back over and TC'd or crashed with the front of one of the cruisers. And I'm looking at the car front end's pretty messed up. The one cruiser, it's pretty messed up too. So now, of course, anything that involves a police car, departmental policy across the board for most departments is Sergeants have to come out, photos have to be taken, documentation, reports have to be filed, the whole 9 yards. So there was that cluster. I call it a cluster something else, but I'm going to try to be cluster F. I'll say that much. If I say the other word, I might not be too great for YouTube's, policies here. They are kind of cracking down on some of that stuff. Trying to keep it G-rated or at least PG-rated. So, all right, I'm sitting there, I'm waiting. One tow company shows up, the one for the vehicle. Then he pulls up behind me, which I left him plenty of room to get that vehicle. Then the next tow truck shows up for the police car. He unfortunately is in the front of the conga line of tow trucks. And at that point, now there's 5 or 6 police cars and a police motorcycle. It's a big scene. It's a big deal when it's a officer involved thing. So I wound up sitting there for a while before they were finally pretty much done, and they had just given up on the guy getting anything out of the car. I gave him a card. He had the information where I was taking the car to, and he'll deal with it from there. So I pretty much, was the first one back out of there. But they basically told me, like, look, dude, had you been here another minute, the guy would have hit your truck. And that's exactly more likely what would have happened. The guy hit the police car, and then he went forward a little clip. He would have hit the back end of my truck, and he had enough force, enough inertia as he was going, that he would have hit the back pretty good. And if he was off kilter, and that wheel lift I got back there, Stinger, would have moved out of the way for him, he would have hit the bed, and it would have been a really bad day. The cop car, he hit the push bumper on the front of it, or the push guards. He did some damage. I saw the bumper on it. It was a little tweaked up. The car got more of it than the police car did, but yeah. But had he hit the tow truck, oh my God. And the other thing too, had I still been outside the truck, luckily for me, I was on the passenger side away from the back end. I know the areas I don't want to stand in. When I got back in the truck to leave, I entered from the passenger side. Because yet again, it's all that safety aspect. All the years I have been doing this, the reason I haven't been struck and hit by a vehicle is not by pure luck. It's by paying attention, not being complacent, and watching the areas that I work as much as I do. Yeah, there's times where you're going to be in those danger spots that you pay extra attention to the traffic coming at you. But I try as much as I can to avoid being on any of those sides that put you in direct line with danger. So in the end of it all, and I'm sure everyone's wondering, was the guy drunk or did he get arrested for hitting the cop car? No, and no. In all actuality, they did a collision report. They let him go. They did not cite him. Doesn't mean they can't do it later. They didn't get him for a DUI, a Dewey. Pretty much it was a collision with a cop car by a civilian vehicle. They'll deal with the rest. It looked like it might have been some of our local military people, because Camp Pendleton is a short stone's throw from that area in San Clemente. We get a lot of those passing through. The vehicle I was picking up, I think, was a Pendleton. I'm not sure what branch, because Pendleton does house a few different branches. Generally it's Marines, but they've got Army and some of the Coast Guard and some of the other stuff going on there as well. So joint training and stuff like that. But anywho, yeah, that was the end of it. The guy had to get his car towed, obviously, and the cop car had to get towed, because even though wasn't a lot of damage to the cop car, it's a safety thing, and they've got to do it. So anyway, guys, before I drown this out over to 10 minutes of boring the heck out of you, thanks for watching. Thanks for staying subscribers. I know I haven't posted in a while. I'm working on some stuff. I'm going to try to get some more things posted. It's unfortunately been really slow getting videos of things lately. So I haven't gotten a lot, but I have some stuff, and I'm digging into my archives of some of the older stuff to see what I can post. Remember, I've got some limitations on things I can post and how I post it and what I post, so I've got to keep in mind of those as well. Anywho, thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all on the next one.